Well, this is my very first video. Today I just wanted to talk to you about a problem that I've been having, and that's hyperpigmentation. I've been having a problem with my skin for the last few years. I've noticed, you know, I'm getting scars and marks on my face, and you know, a little one here and there is okay, but you know, if you have like lines on your face and on your forehead or over your mouth, it can, you know, really affect your self-esteem. So, you know, I've been trying to work on, you know, buying products that help, you know, to fade the hyperpigmentation. And it's helped a little bit, but then summer comes along again and just one blast of sun and you feel like you're back to square one. So through trial and error, I've been looking for, you know, makeup, you know, that's not too cakey, that I can wear, that can cover it up. I found a great system that I use, and I use Bare Minerals. And I just thought I'd bring this to you today and just do a quick demonstration. Okay, well, here's the scary part. I'm actually going to take my makeup off that I have right now. Any kids, you might want to get out of the room because this is pretty hideous. So, so anyway, I'm going to take off my makeup that I have. So, just taking all of this off, just so you can see the actual problem that I have. As you can see, I have brown marks here. And I think that people with a medium skin tone, they tend to have a brown mark, you know, that comes up on their face. And of course, you see above my lip, a brown mark. I also have problems with my forehead, as you can see. And this is really due to the sun. And there has been times when I put, you know, a cleanser on my skin and it's been a little harsh and it's left a little mark on my skin. Some of it is melasma above the lip. That's really from having babies. The melasma, it's a hormonal thing. But this technique would definitely work for people with rosacea as well. And the colours that I'm using, you could always, you know, tone them up or tone them down depending on your skin tone. If you're a lighter skin tone than me, you can always, you know, go a shade lighter. And I'll give you the products, my suggestions at the end of the video. So there's all of my makeup off. I have a little bit of mascara on, but apart from that, but you can actually see the problem that I have. Okay, well, the first thing we have to do is we have to colour correct the area that is brown. We could just conceal it, and I've tried to conceal the area first, but I always find that I'll put on my makeup and then I'll just have this hue of brown coming through my makeup, so it looks like, you know, it's all toned down, but then I'll have like a hue of brown. And I find that if I don't colour correct the area first, I end up having to cake on the makeup. So the whole point of this is really so that we don't have to put lots and lots and lots of makeup on. This is basically what I do. I start off with my NYX Above and Beyond Full Coverage Concealer. Now you're probably saying, what the hell? It's orange, okay? It's an orange concealer. Now this probably seems quite dark to most people. Now for me, as a medium skin tone person, this is a good colour for me. But if you're a lighter skin tone, there's another one that I will show you, and I'll actually pop some pictures in later. That would be good for you. But if you're a darker skin tone than me, this would also probably work very well. An orange tone is very good, or even a yellow tone would also be good for somebody who is maybe a little bit lighter skin tone than me. So you're probably going to say, okay, she looks like a clown, but watch this. Okay, so this is what I do. I get a concealer brush, okay, and I find my hyperpigmentation. Of course, I've got my lip, my top lip, and then I just put a little dot of the concealer, the orange concealer, on my top lip. So what I'm doing is I'm cancelling out the grey tone in the hyperpigmentation, and that grey tone is being counteracted by this orange tone. And there's no way I'm walking out like this, okay? So I put this on. Now you have to be really careful. You have to have a very light hand with this, because yes, this, if you don't blend it in nicely, it could shine through the makeup, the orange. And it's happened to me before when I've been in a mad rush and I have this kind of a peachy hue going on. And then what I'll do is, on my forehead, I'll just smudge in a little bit of the orange here as well. Okay, it's as simple as that really, you know. Okay, anything that I see on my face, even the dark circles under your eyes. I've seen people actually on YouTube getting a red lipstick and putting it under their dark circles under their eyes. And the whole concept behind that is the whole, you know, counteracting the grey colour that's, you know, or the blue colour that comes with the under eye circles. So then, okay, no, I'm not done yet. So then I get this brush. This is actually from Jessup. It's a tapered highlighter brush, but I actually find this really good for my little spot concealing. And it's a fluffyish brush, so it's great for powder. So then what I do is I have my Bare Minerals concealer. Okay, now this is it. And for me, this is Summer Bisque. You tap a little bit into the lid, okay? Just a tiny bit into the lid. Okay, and you swirl your brush around in it. Now I want to get rid of all this orange, so what I do is I just tap on this colour over the orange that I've already put on. So you pop this on and look, it's dead natural. I mean, look how little makeup I'm putting on my face, but look how effective it is. I'm like, I mean, how quick was that? And now I don't have to walk around with all my scars on my face, feeling kind of miserable about it, and I can just get on with my life. You know what I mean? And we're fine, you know? So this is just the first little step. So I'm carefully, you know, building it up until I'm satisfied that the orange is gone, mostly. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect, okay? It's okay for your actual skin to show through. It's not about caking your face up or completely covering up every little, you know, every little thing on your face. Especially if you're looking for the natural fresh look, and that's the look I always want to go for, like the nice glowy fresh look. Like, I don't, you know, I'm a mum, I have 3 kids, and I have a 4-year-old, and, you know, I hang around other mums, and I don't want to look like I'm going to a club when I just go to pick my daughter up at her day school, you know, so. So, okay, I know you're probably saying, oh, it's not all 100% gone, but I would say it's about 70% gone already. Now that was just a tiny little touch of powder and that concealer. Look how effective that concealer is. Now I've used cream concealers before in the past, and it's so heavy and thick, and it still doesn't really get rid of the hyperpigmentation. And I also find with cream concealers, you'll put it on over your orange corrector, but the actual friction of actually putting it on will dig down and will actually move the orange underneath and still get down and bring out the dark underneath. So this is the concealer step, and now we're going to move on to the foundation step. So now we're getting on to the foundation part. Okay, now if you want, you can just leave it at this if you want, and you're like, okay, I haven't got much time for this, you know, the bus is going to be here in 10 minutes, I have to run down or whatever. You can just leave it at this if you want to, but you can make it even more flawless, which is good, right? So this is what I do, okay? I have my Bare Minerals, and this is the original powder, and this is the Bare Minerals original powder, and this one I have is called medium beige N20. Okay, and this one actually has a
SPF of SPF 15. So that's good as well. The thing about hyperpigmentation is you really have to use sunblock every single day of the week. But I mean, they want you to put the sunblock on every 2 hours or so. Now, who can do that after they put their makeup on? This is the question I always ask myself. So having the sunblock in the actual foundation, that's really a bonus. And then if you want to powder a little bit more onto the areas, you're protecting yourself from the sun and you're also concealing the area again. So again, what we do is we put a little bit into the lid, and then I get, usually, here are the brushes I would suggest. These here are buffing brushes. Again, I got these from Jessup online. They're very like the Sigma brushes, okay? But they're really inexpensive. I think the whole pack of them cost me $20. I must have got, I don't know, I must have got like 10 brushes or something. Now, as you can see, very, very dense. This one has a flat top, okay? This can work well. This can also work well with a liquid foundation if you were using one, or a slightly domed top, which I prefer for powder, but dense, so that you can put a little bit more on. The more dense the brush, the more product you can actually apply. The fluffier the brush and the less dense it is, the more light the application. So I'll use a more dense brush. I swirl it around, okay? And with this part, this brush, I want to put it on the areas that I didn't conceal. So this is like me putting it on all the rest of my face, okay? So as you can see, I just pop this on the rest of the face. And you know what, I always forget to do my nose, but I don't mind my nose not being covered because I kind of like my freckles. That's the Irish part of me. So what I do is I buff this on, okay, all over my face. And as you can see, we're getting even more flawless, aren't we? But I don't have like loads and loads of makeup on, which is really important. But there's like key areas that I want to make sure blends nicely with the foundation, because I have the concealer on, so I want to just make that a little bit more flawless. So what I'll do is I'll go in with my tapered highlighter brush that I used for applying the concealer, and then I'll tap a little bit, I'll actually swirl that into the foundation that I've been just using with the buffer, but now I'm going to use this, and now I'm going to go over this area just to get rid of all of that, any last little sign of the hyperpigmentation. And then, okay, no, it's not going to be perfect, but oh my goodness, it's much better than it was. You know? And then at the end of it, you don't look like a complete clown. So that's basically it for the foundation. I mean, I'm trying to find a part that's not perfect. This little part here I always find, just here where I'm touching, it's always a little bit more stubborn, but you know what, I don't mind if it's a slight mark. I just don't want it to be so obvious. And of course, just under the eyes there, don't put too much powder under the eye, especially if you're over the age of, I don't know, 25. I'm slightly over 25, just slightly. You don't want to put too much powder underneath your eyes, because when you smile, the powder will cake up like crazy, and you don't want that. So the least amount of makeup that you can put under your eyes that you can get away with, that's the best. So that's the end of my foundation phase. Now you can add your blusher and your mascara, and then if you want to go crazy, you can put your everything else on, your eyeshadow, you can contour, you can do all of that if that's what you want to do, or you can just leave it here, maybe a little bit of blusher and a little bit of like, you know, lip gloss or something, and you're out the door. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate if you're still here at the end of the video. I hope that I've helped people who have hyperpigmentation out there, and people with rosacea, or scars, like scars on the skin, acne scars, anything like that. You know, this technique, you know, the colour correcting followed by the concealing and then the bare minerals on top, that is actually a very nice little system. It's a nice little system for, you know, covering the marks on the skin. And I mean, I don't look caked with makeup. I just look nice and fresh now. I think I do. I think I look nice and fresh and healthy, and I walk out and I feel good about myself. So I think the next video that I make is going to be about, you know, the things that I've actually used on my skin through my research, which has been extensive. You're thinking, God, does she have nothing better to do? I do, but you know, I like to find cheap ways to, you know, deal with the skin, especially as we're getting older. I mean, who has the money? I know I don't, to go in and get, you know, microdermabrasion or the fractal laser treatments or anything like that. Who can afford that? So I've actually come across some really great ways to restore the collagen in the skin, and I find that it's worked really well for me. I also have discovered great Korean and Japanese products that, you know, over in America we don't really, you know, have access to. So I will be showing more of those on my channel, and so thank you so much for, you know, watching my video, and I hope we can get to know each other better. Please comment, and I'd love if you would subscribe and hit the like button, and thank you so much.